I am the self-help hacker, and I am so excited to help people by simply giving them free knowledge that I wish someone would have given me. But man, YouTube's only 15 years old. So, okay, let's do some math here. I'm 38, so I was 23 when YouTube came out, but YouTube was a lot more basic, and so was the internet. It wasn't necessarily easy to just watch YouTube. And let's face it, I didn't exist on YouTube at that time because I was only 23. I didn't have this kind of knowledge that I'd do 15 years later at age 38. So let's check it out. As far as wisdom I want to give you in this video, here we go. People are constantly testing your confidence. Maybe not on purpose, but they are. We are all the time being judged on our level of confidence. People are sizing us up. And I think most of the time it's not on purpose. But I think that that is a value system, almost a currency that society uses to determine who they respect and give value to. I mentioned recently in another one of these videos here as Self-Help Hacker that when you're younger, you make the naive mistake of thinking that people like you or don't like you based on your looks. It's a misconception. And I understand that superficial things like the clothing brands and all that stuff can matter a lot more when you're in junior high. Maybe it kind of peaks in junior high if you're one of the cool kids or not. But think about how 7th grade that concept is. The older you get, it becomes less about that and it becomes more about other things. And one of those things is that you're seen as a person that people can respect and trust. Someone that has a positive presence in their life. That goes a long way. So it's not but again, when you're young, you don't know any better. And you think, oh, well, if I looked better in this regard, if I was taller, if I was shorter, if I didn't wear glasses, we can say whatever we want to fill in the blank for our own insecurity or lack of identity, because that's exactly what it is. But ultimately, we're being judged on other things. And I think it's challenging to hear this, but we're constantly being judged on our level of confidence in ourselves and our abilities. And part of the paradox of that is, one of the ways you become confident in yourself is to recognize what you're not good at. And a lot of people don't do this. A lot of people know the things that they're not good at, the things they feel insecure about, and they kind of hide behind that. And they're thinking, okay, I can't let them see this thing because this is the thing that they'll think that I'm weak if they see the thing that I have. But a confident person openly talks about the thing, whatever the thing is that it in some way makes them less attractive or less valuable in society. Whatever the thing is, a confident person is going to laugh about it. So let me share an example with you, which I have more than once. I am horrible at math. I am horrible at science, geography, engineering, pretty much anything technical. Trying to fix some kind of physical thing, don't count on me for that. I'm horrible at all those things, among many things, but that part of my brain just there's barely a light on in that part of my brain. And I recognize that, and I joke about it in real life and on my videos. But I also know what I'm good at. I'm good at fixing problems that are social, psychological. As Dr. Phil says, all the solutions to most people's problems are very simple. It's that their problems are complex and layered, and you have to get through all the complexity and layers so that they can realize how simple the actual solution is, which is basically just stop the bad habit and start the good habit. See, I'm good at that stuff. That is what I love. That's what I'm passionate about, which is why I do these videos. But the whole thing is, though, sometimes you have to know what you're bad at to know what you're good at. You have to know your weaknesses before you can know what your strengths are. So when we're younger and we're less confident in ourselves, we get so caught up in, and it's this, here's the word paradox again, but it's this paradox of you're so insecure that you become self-centered, which when we think of people who are arrogant, we think of them being self-centered, right? Man, that guy's so conceited, so full of himself. Well, but the same can be true if you're very insecure. You're focused on yourself all the time in how you perceive that you're not good enough. And Dr. Phil calls that a broken truth, which for me, instead of using a broken truth, what I do that is the opposite, and that is fake it till you make it. A fabricated truth of myself, believing that I'm capable of things that maybe I am, maybe I'm not, but I won't know until I go at it and at least appear to be confident and appear to have confidence, because people respect confidence. Even if it's not real, they can't tell the difference, which is a quote from Steve Martin on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. And I love that I learned that philosophy from him. So ultimately, it's a matter of us knowing what we're not good at so that we can become aware of who our real identity is. Because our identity is not just what we're good at, but it's also what we're bad at. So your comments belong right here, but just keep that in mind, that that's how we're actually being judged. Comments right here.